Okay, so this here is going to be my last video for the aluminum boat project. Got just about everything done that I wanted to, so I'm just going to do a little quick review and just talk about, some of the things I like, some of the things I didn't like, some of the things I would do differently. Overall, really happy with how this all came out. Thing I like the most is definitely going to be that rod locker over there. It's probably one of the bigger jobs, but for what I can do, throwing an 8-foot rod up in there, really happy with that. It'll just keep stuff out of the way. I've had 8 in there, so even though it's not that high, I think it's only 9 inches. It's been awesome. Really happy with that. This compartment too just freed up a lot of extra space for my safety gear and covers for the fish finders when I'm fishing out in the boat. So those are a couple things I really liked. This cargo net back here, it's awesome for throwing a couple life jackets in and just kind of sectioning off that back deck there. This back deck really came in handy. It was awesome, fishing off the back of the boat. You can stand up there, get a good view. Only thing I kind of messed up on was just didn't realize that there was an angle. Here the boat gets wider as it is going to the front. I didn't really realize that. So I got a bit of a gap here on each side because I just cut that square. But you know what, it's actually not all that bad because it gives you a spot to stuff your hat or stuff something in there so when you're running it doesn't blow out of the boat. What I would have done is put 2 pedestal seats flush mounted like I did on the front of the boat. So like I did here on the bow, I've got the base for a pedestal seat here, just chipped out the plywood, 1 layer of plywood, and then just put that plate which sits right here flush in. And I would have had 2 base locations for it. So I would have had one in the center here so you could put like a butt seat or fishing chair on a pedestal, and then one off to the side here so I could have a fishing or a chair there when I'm driving. I think that would have been really helpful. Another thing on the back here, probably should have thought of this a little bit better when the motor trims up. I should have had a cutout here or done something because I have, when it's completely tilted up, bent my key because the ignition's right here. So this support system that I did for this back deck has worked out just awesome. So solid, doesn't move, no issues there at all with that. Definitely would do that way again. Up this side of the boat I have the live well, which really didn't do anything with aside from recarpet and put the new plywood there. This here though is a lot of wasted space. I think what I would end up doing is probably down here putting in a glove box, just a place to keep keys and wallet, that type of thing. So that would be something I'd probably do. Might still do that down the road, but we'll see. This storage compartment has been awesome. Just keep a lot of little extras in there just to keep it out of my main compartment so it's not cluttering things up. Also helps when you're walking around the boat fighting fish. And like I said, one of my favorite parts about this boat is this rod locker. Really nice carpeted inside. Lighted so I'm able to get my rods up in there in low light conditions with LED lights. Even when it's sunny out, it's hard to see those tips up there. So that's been great, and also just gives you an area to lay your rods on the front deck. You can lay them all the way across to the back there, and still, when I do that, I'm still able to open up the locker. Just before you get up to the bow deck, these little tool holders here are really convenient. Really glad I put those in. One of my favorite things up here is the butt seat. Like I've already spoke about how it's flush mounted. It just gives a really nice clean look. And also this whole piece used to open. Glad I made it a lot smaller. Still gives me good access to everything in there. And then lighting in that compartment too is really helpful. And then these supports here were really necessary. So that was another thing I'm glad I did. Then further up for the trolling motor, one thing I think I would have done is done a recessed pedal. And just got that a little lower, that would just make things a whole bunch more comfortable. You know, the only thing is with the way this is designed, it would, you know, cause some problems with my cabling, but I think I would definitely do that if I was doing this over again, because that would be really helpful. One of my favorite things, got these at the back as well, is the USB ports. Got a RAM mount there I can charge my phone with. One of the first things I did was put on these LED nav lights. And these things are awesome. They're super bright at night. You can see them from a mile away. So that was really cool. Really recommend doing that. Really easy to install those too. When I got the trailer, none of the lights work, so I picked up just a rewire kit, rewired everything, put new marker lights in because it needed all of that. Got another one there. Redid the carpeting on the bunks, put new bunks on it as well. These ratcheting tie-down straps were awesome. Didn't tighten that one. These LED lights here too, the little marker lights, threw those in. And then also threw a spare tire holder on. I haven't got a spare for it yet, but that is on there. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching the series. Hopefully have another project soon. This one's been really fun. Probably one of the best things I've ever done. Just really customized this exactly the way I wanted it.